Good morning, good afternoon, and if you're on this side of the pond, good evening to everyone. I hope you're good. I hope you're well. Yes, the head has been shaved. Yes, it's a fresh look. We've been saying we're going to do some late night content for this time zone. Don't know how many people will be joining. Don't know how many people will be watching. Haven't promoted it at all. But today is a very, very, very good day to be a Tottenham Hotspur fan. This is going to be a show. I have dreamt of doing shows of positivity, happiness, giddiness, elation, just talking all things Tottenham Hotspur in a great way. And that's what we're doing this evening. But before we get into all the jubilation and the happiness and everything that's going on, we have a wonderful close-knit family at Tottenham on Tour, and we're trying to build a wonderful community, and we always are there for people. And I have to say, this guy right here, who is a dear friend of mine, we've connected over our love of Tottenham Hotspur and our, let's just say, the exact opposite of our owner. A good friend of mine, Zach Robinson, unfortunately lost his grandfather today. So on behalf of Tottenham on Tour, on behalf of the entire Tottenham on Tour family, thoughts, prayers, condolences go out to you and all of your family, Zach. And if everyone watching this can send best wishes or not, condolences to Zach and his family. And if you're watching this later in the comment section, Zach, honestly, we're all here for you, buddy, and your family. And if you need anything, we are all here. But I will say you are a European champion, as is Donovan, my man on the other side of this great country, European champion. Jack, guess what, buddy? European champion. Lisa, guess what? European champion. The sheriff, who is either at work or getting in from work, European champion. And of course, Hotspur State of Mind, European champion. We are going to have, I might break out into lots of songs during this stream. I might start singing I Dreamed a Dream from Les Miserables. I might be singing It's Morgan Gibbs-White, It's Morgan Gibbs-White. I might be singing many a song during this show. Seattle Hotspur, who will be joining us at some point and making his debut on Tottenham on Tour, a dear friend of mine in Seattle. Guess what, buddy? European champion. Danny, listen, 115 in 2 days. European champion. Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on at Tottenham Hotspur? This is everything we've all been wanting. This is everything that we have seen other teams do and just wanted Tottenham Hotspur to come to the party and play a part in this. Let's just reel this back. From the moment Vinay has come in, done a change at the board, the reshuffle, Thomas Frank, the man that I've wanted for 2.5 years, has come in. Not only has he come in, tell me a time where he's been able to bring about 8 backroom staff with him. It hasn't happened. Then everything that is going on with the spending is just, there is something going on at Tottenham Hotspur, and I don't think any of us would have thought, oh no, let's just say, then Kudus came in finally, and I only wanted Tottenham. And obviously saying Frank was a big part of this. And then today, doing a stream on Tottenham on Tour and with Ben from the coffee company, dual stream, we go off, my phone starts going nuts. The Morgan Gibbs-White bomber from David Ornstein And then with 2.5 hours gone, we get a here we go. We have never dropped £115 million in 2 days. We have never gone back to back and brought in 2 established first team players that come in and instantly make this football team better. This is glorious, glorious times. I have just seen my boy all the way in Australia, celery agent. Oh my God. Yeah, we've got our boy Daniel. Listen, I am absolutely over the moon. And listen, I'm going to just share my Twitter for the last the last 24 hours, because remember, I only post negativity and never happy, and all I do is moan. Thomas Frank wanted a top right winger. He's got one. Let this be the start of real quality coming in for Frank to coach and elevate. A proper number 6, please. Hasn't got that. We've gone one bigger. Credit where credit is due. Well done, Spurs, Frank, Lange, Vinay, and yes, even Daniel Levy. And we'll come on to that. Then we've got started the day with there's 2 times of year, football season and waiting for the football season. And let's be honest, have we ever been this excited? Have we ever been this excited? Then obviously the news of Morgan with Thomas Frank. This, when people were saying, look at this one here, I said it back then, April the 23rd, my wish list for Spurs managers, and look who's right at the top. Look who is at the top, people. And then obviously live footage of me with Morgan Gibbs-White. True story with that one. Every cloud has a beautiful Gibbs-White lining at Tottenham Hotspur. There's me looking at the compilations. Mate, I cannot believe I'm actually saying this. Morgan Gibbs-White is a Tottenham Hotspur player. My God, the jubilation and happiness. I'm just going to say, look, Graham is here. Before I speak about Levy and everything, this is a man that I have stood outside a training ground with when it was just 3 of us that were prepared and committed to do it daily. This is a man that I've stood at with every single protest that I've been available to go to. He's been at every single protest, whether I've been there or not. It's times like this that we have been dreaming for. These are, I mean, Graham, are you happy with Morgan Gibbs-White and Kudus? We are finally moving right. I don't know what he's going to get, Adam. But by the way, Graham, European champion. Celery agent, European champion. Daniel, European champion. Jimbo, Jimbo Black, mate, do you know what? We have spoken. I'm going to get on to Levy and everything about it in a sec. And I am going to have people come on. I will be bringing John on first when I give John the heads up. And we're going to have a chat. Then I'm going to put the link in. We'd all been speaking about how Lange moves in the shadows and keeps things quiet. My God, Archie Gray, Bergvall, others that have been very, very quiet, bang, there you go. None have been at the level of Morgan Gibbs-White. None have been on that level. Well played to him. Yeah, this, mate, do you know what, John, and we'll speak about this. I think this has put the Premier League on notice. And what I mean by that is any Premier League team that were having targets reached or thought about and thinking about weighing up their options, this has just been like, we best get a wriggle on, because if Spurs are able to keep something like this under wraps, then God knows what we've got planned. I do. I do, brother. Big up to you, European champion. Maverick, European champion. Thank you so much for dropping a sub and becoming part of the family. Listen, we're a predominant Levy out channel, and that will never change. We're going to get onto Levy at the moment, but I've wanted Thomas Frank. I've wanted Morgan Gibbs-White. Mate, it's going to be happiness from me all year long. People are going to be like, what the hell is Brian on? I am welcome to the family, buddy. Let's have a look. Jason, evening, Brian. Mate, listen, I said, someone relayed to me during our stream this morning, So apparently we had a bid for Wharton turned down, and apparently there's a second bid incoming. And I was like, okay, well, I mentioned it. I said, don't shoot the messenger. Who knows what's happening? That is now developing. Like, mate, who knows? If that comes in, Jesus goddamn Christ. Jason, European champion. This is, Sheriff, you're bang on, buddy. You're bang on. Nostradamus, big up for you, buddy. European champion. I'm hoping it's a desperate last chip. Yep, who knows? Listen, I'm going to come on and speak about Levy and everything very soon, but obviously the comments are coming in. I want to make sure everyone's comment is seen and heard. Lubed by Levy. Today is a good day, as Ice Cube once sung. Big time, buddy. European champion. Daniel, who knows what will be next? Right now, do you know what? How many years have we had this moment where the rumours have been coming in and we're like, yeah, of course it's not going to happen. Even when we had the £150 million under Conte, we only spent 100 of it and we bought 7 players. Well, Frank has come in and dropped 115 mil in 24 hours on 2 first teamers. Quality, not quantity. Hotspur, state of mind. Big up, you European champion. Adam Richards, European champion. Listen, Basuma, I think Basuma will be going. I can't see Basuma going. I think Sonny may be out. I think Sonny might be out. We've got to know that players will be leaving this football club. But the fact we're bringing players in before we get rid of them is another massive change. Definitely keep them coming. Mate, over the moon. Celery Agent, you have known me for a long time. We've spoken personally. It's times like this where all I've wanted is Spurs to move in the big leagues. And not just me, other people that have been anti-Levy or wanted Spurs to act like a big club. This is a magnificent moment to be a Spurs fan. It really is. I mean, Dusan could be coming. Who knows? I don't know how I feel about him. I wanted him when we went for Benson Core and Kulu, but his wage demands were huge. Do I think he can do it in the Premier League? Who knows? Mate, I mean, I was joking with Ben and Simeon from We Are Tottenham TV. The way this has been going, we've pissed off West Ham fans. We've pissed off Nottingham Forest fans. Can you just imagine? And I wanted this striker last season. Can you imagine if Ornstein drops a Gyökeres? Tottenham are in for Gyökeres and it moves this quick. That'll be it. That'll be it. It will be, my God, the tears will be incredible. Ray Chester, European champion. Happy days. Mate, this is it, Jack. Guys, we've got to think that there has been, the rumours are starting to go on now that investment has come in. I don't think there's anything other than that happening. Big up, Archer. Big up. I can't remember if I've spoken to you, European champion. I have seen someone, a dear friend of mine. Mate, Jason, we've been doing streams for a long time. We haven't had you on a stream for ages. If you want to come on later, I'll send you the link. These are the days we've been dreaming of. We have been dreaming of these. You are more than welcome. More than welcome for the birthday message, buddy. What a birthday you have just had. Who knows? Ruda, haven't seen you before. Welcome to the channel. Everyone, if you haven't liked and subscribed, please join, because happy days at Tottenham on tour are becoming. And I think Wharton could be it. They've got Madueke. Yeah, they've got him. It is absolutely brilliant what is going on. We Are Spurs TV. I mean, got the days that we've dreamt for are coming. Now, let's deal with this. Let's deal with the elephant in the room. Let's deal with Levy. So many. I've praised him on videos. I've praised him on tweets. And people going into my tweets going, are you going to give Levy praise? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Does it change my stance on him? No, I've said it before. I need to see this. Or I think I don't want to keep saying this can't be just a one-off. Let's see this continuously happen. But he signed off on this. He has signed off on this and green-lighted this. Whether it's come from above, whether it's because it's other people's money, who knows? But if I'm here and I will criticise him for not stepping up and getting these players over the line, well, I've got to give him praise for doing it. Do I think Vinay has had a major part in this? Absolutely, I do. Do I think Charrington, who came into the non-executive director, then all of a sudden got some clout and he's come in with Lewis? Yes, I bloody well do. Do I think Thomas Frank, who came in and wanted assurances and said, I have players I wanted and I want them? Yes, I do. When have Spurs ever allowed and green-lighted about 8 coaching staff to come in? It's never happened. Nuno couldn't bring his number 2. Nagelsmann and Slot may have had Liverpool down the line. They weren't allowed to bring coaches. Things have had, even Jose, it was a coaching team that we kind of put together. There is something going on at Tottenham Hotspur. There really is. R709, big up to you. Mate, he is. Mate, do you know what? That is the perfect thing. You know what I mean? He is doing this big time. European champion. Leighton Evelyn, it ain't over. European champion. Steampunk Cowboy, what a name. What a name. European champion. Good question. Who do people think is next? Seriously now, do you know what? For the first time ever, be excited. Because we have no idea. If we can get Morgan Gibbs-White over the line that quickly, that quietly, who knows what... I mean, how are people... Going into this season, right here, right now, on a scale of 0 to 10, 10 being, I just cannot wait. I am pumped. How excited are everyone for the season coming up? I was ecstatic with Frank and ready to go. Kudus brought something in. But now, with Morgan Gibbs-White at this football club, I'm at 11, 12, 13, 14. It is just incredible scenes at Tottenham Hotspur. I just can't believe what is happening. Honestly, Morgan Gibbs-White brings everything in midfield and creative. The engine this man has, the stamina this man has, the compilations have come out. It is just a scene to be believed and enjoyed and appreciated. You know what, John? Come on. Let's get John on and have a chat and give John his debut. I will drop the link in the chat shortly after we're with me and John. John will stay with me. He is making his debut on Tottenham on Tour. And people would have heard me on many a time say there's a guy from Seattle that I keep using this slogan that he said to me, like in North American sports, people would have heard me. I know Daniel for sure would have heard me saying this. You're either rebuilding or reloading. Well, Tottenham right now are reloading. John, I can see in the background, I'm just going to deal with this super chat that has come in from Michael, then I'm going to bring you on. Cloud9 at Tottenham. One begs the question, get Kane home at this rate. Transfer, mate. Listen, first of all, thank you for the super chat. Mate, could you imagine? It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But if all of a sudden Harry Kane rocked up at Tottenham, holy crap. It's not going to happen. We can dream. But my God, Michael, thank you for the super chat. Curly Norman, another one from North America. As you can see, New York. We've been emailing. I'm going to give you my number in the next email, buddy, so we can stay in contact. What happy days. I'm going to bring my man in. John, Mr. Seattle Hotspur. First of all, welcome to Tottenham on Tour. It's great to get you on. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well, Brian. It's an honor to be amongst you and the great audience and members. So
it's been wanting to happen. Obviously, you're 3 hours behind me in Seattle, aren't you?
Yep, correct.
So obviously, everyone give John some love. He's all the way in Seattle. We met completely over Twitter and about me going Levy out nuts. And I don't think you were appreciative of it. I can't remember how it began, but there whatever. But a beautiful friendship has come together from it. I mean,
I think I was trying to get you to a New Orleans Saints game.
You were,
that's how it all started. Yeah,
that's exactly how it started. When I was talking NFL, I've just seen the Hotspur hood in here. Damn right, European champion. But yeah, John, I mean, we've spoken for a long time. How are you feeling right now?
You know, Brian, I was trying to kind of put it all into words, and I think instead of doing that, I'm assuming most, if not all, have seen the video that Spurs put out that shows the beginning to the end of the Europa run. Mm-hmm. And there was that one moment where they cut to all the different Spurs supporter clubs around the world, and they showed everybody in elation as the final whistle went off. And that's how I think we should all feel this morning or tonight. I mean, there have been so many false dawns, and we've all been through the pain and the headaches and the frustration. But to your point, Levy put his money where his mouth is, and to get two such high caliber signings over the line in one day, well, one window, let alone one day, I think just there's this collective, woohoo going on in Spurs supporter clubs around the world. And here we go.
It's like you said, obviously, I know what I experienced in the Scotland Yard. Everyone's seen the videos, everyone around the world. And failure wasn't an option, we heard from Levy. Champions League and Premier League, we were hearing from Levy. And it was like, oh my God, this is the biggest lip service and yada, yada, yada. Go back it up. And right now you can't knock it. And like I've said, I will be, and when people say who's one of the biggest Levy outers or the one that goes on and speak, I know I topped them or I'm right up there. But I've always said, whether it comes to a player, a manager, whatever, when credit is due, if I'm big enough to criticize, if I had said to you, from when Ange left, and we're not going to be speaking Ange and whatever, this is happiness and positivity and moving forward. If someone had said to any Spurs fan here right now, by July the 10th, and let's say July the 11th back home in England, which it is on that side of the pond, Spurs will be sitting here with a month and a half of the window to go before they go on tour. Thomas Frank, Morgan Gibbs-White, and Kudus done through the door. I don't think a single person would ever have believed this be true.
No, and why would we have? I mean, as I said, we've just been let down so many times in the past. And to the point you made earlier, Brian, about Langer keeping this quiet and on the QT.
Yep.
That the irony there, Brian, is that actually added to our angst, right? As we're hearing about the other big clubs lining up players and starting to make signings, and we're sitting here with crickets coming out of Hotspur Way. And so I think we just collectively were like, ugh, here we go again, right? No money, no players. And then all of a sudden, bam, bam. And the wait was worth it. And I think the other thing, Brian, that's been just kind of interesting to see the juxtaposition is think back, everyone on this call, think back to all the podcasts or articles or conversations you had about, we're going to have too many players at this position, or there's going to be unhappy players. Like Gio Lo Celso always comes to mind as somebody who was kind of silently crabbing about his playing time. And it always felt like Spurs were the only club that couldn't solve this, right? We either had too many players and not enough opportunity, or we had too many players who weren't good enough.
Yep.
But we never seem to have that balance of too many players and they're all good. And, I know we still have some homegrown issues heading into the Champions League, but my goodness, the depth and the quality of the depth that we're going to be heading into this season is like nothing I can remember in the last 10 years. So I'm still pinching myself.
Big time. I mean, I'm just going to do a few things. First of all, a super chat from my brother. Big up, Dan. There's the morning coffee. You deserve you wanted Frank and Morgan Gibbs-White from day one. I've known you. 2 solid buys 3 days ago. Same Spurs, different day. Spot on. I mean, I don't think anyone could have predicted the last 24 hours at Tottenham. And I'm just going to go back a bit, John, because I've welcomed you in, and straight away there's I forgot to see it's big up Nick, big up to you, big up John from Curly Norman, big up John from Daniel, big up the panel, big up John from Archer. Hello, John, mate, you're getting a lot of love already. Like I said, Tottenham on tour are going to start doing these late shows, going to start bringing on new people, and John is the first, and you'll be seeing a lot of him. And big up Europe, big up Malware, big up to, there's so many people joining now. There's 74 with us now. No promote here for the late night. Get ready for more. Goldbridge, he's on meltdown. They still haven't got Mbuemo over the line. I mean, honestly, if we look at someone I haven't seen for ages, big up Gary Speed, European champion. I'm sorry I haven't kept up with all the comments. It's hard to be keeping up, mate. Mate, Yossi, happy days. But like I said, John, you look at it now, players are going to have to leave. I was speaking about this with the Hotspur hood. I don't care who leaves. I think the only shocks are Van de Ven and Porro. Honestly, that's for me. They're two, like, oh my God, what, like huge players, because I think they're going to be huge with Frank. But we're going to have to lose players. Like we can say Coutinho, like United did. It's about building this team and Frank's vision, isn't it? And if there's a player that he deems he doesn't want out, and someone's going to tell you you're going to get a Kudus and a Morgan Gibbs-White in exchange. Oh, Jack, sorry, I beg your pardon. Damn right with Lucas as well. Damn right. Oh, we got South Africa. Mate, we've got the world coming in. I mean, right now, the way this team is being... should we say moulded? I can't remember a time where we've gone and acted like this. Can you, John, at all?
Brian, what do you think Frank's going to do with Pape Sarr?
You know what? We can have this conversation, everyone in the chat. I actually said I think he was one of the players that are going to develop and thrive under him. I really did. What we've got to remember as well, we're going in and everyone said Thomas Frank hasn't managed in Europe. Fair comment. He's going to need a good squad to do it. Well, it's building. There has to be, big up Steadiest Shark, European champion. There has to be some make weights. I don't see. I mean, right now, I'm going to ask the 70 people in the chat and you, John. Right now, if you were to say there are players leaving this football club, who do you think's on the chopping block? Who do you think's up for sale?
Basuma, Son. Ben Davies, although I know they gave him a new contract.
Solomon.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, Hill, the guys that came back just because they're still on the dole, but there's no place for them on the team. I don't even know if we should mention them.
Well, it's, you know what? It is a massive season for him. It is a massive season for Brian Hill. For
Sarr, I agree. Yeah.
For Sarr, there are so many players. You look at it. Richie, do you know what? Richie, personally, for me, does need to go just because of injuries. I think when he's playing, he brings that into the team, but we cannot keep him fit. I think, has to go, but then it does bring in that we need a striker.
Brian, would you consider, if you got rid of Richie, would you consider trying to move Brennan Johnson over and be a backup striker to Solanke?
I think Brennan Johnson is going to be more central anyway. I think him and Tell are going to be more central. And do you know what? First of all, just to get a few more comments out of the way, my brother, Toxic Headshot, big up, European champion. Spurs has joined the conversation. European champion. Rick Kane has just put a super chat in, big up. Yeah, really, really happy for long-suffering players. We look at it as well. You've got to remember, yes, these two have happened. Kevin Danso's here. Great addition. People that were going mad about Matisse Tell. And I understand it. He didn't show what he could do and put himself in the greatest to make the Spurs fans fall for him. But he was playing in a makeshift squad in a different position. Players like Matisse Tell now playing along these kind of players, these transfers are starting to make sense. these transfers, you look at this right now, Danso, even Takai, make these £5 million signings, £10 million. If you're bringing Morgan Gibbs-White and Mohamed Kudus to this football club, there's no issue with these type of signings. None. I mean, what are your thoughts on Matisse Tell, brother?
Well, I kind of put him and Odebear in the same camp, right? They're young, they're fast, they're gifted, they've got great feet. Where they land and how and against who, I think that's up to Frank to decide. But I think they're both live wires, and I would really invest the coaching staff's time in developing both of them. Another chopping block question I have for you, Brian, is Dragisin. Do you put him on the chopping block, or will he work in this system?
You got to look. How many defenders have we got? He works very well in a back three. Danny, who is still in the chat, I believe, obviously he watches a lot of European football, the Hotspur hood. He looked a lot more solid in the back three. Do we send him out on loan to gain fitness? When is he coming back? Is Frank going to play a back three? Is Romero going? Does Romero now see, wait a minute, you're bringing in Gibbs-White? You're bringing in Kudus? I ain't going anywhere. Spurs, do you know what? What I will say right now, these are the kind of dilemmas that we've wanted Spurs managers to have.
Yeah.
This is what we've wanted. A little while ago, we had Dyer, Longley, and Sanchez. Now you're talking Romero, Van der Ven, Danso, Dragusin. There are players that need to go out on loan, like I think Ashley Phillips needs to stay. Out of all the young defenders, he needs to stay. I just think right now, we are walking into a time at Tottenham Hotspur that we've never seen. And it's how exciting is it? How exciting is this right now that we have no idea what's coming next? Incomings, outgoings, but some outcomings have to come now, like it or not. Jack, European champion, so you should be. It is glorious times. And people, you probably haven't seen me like this before because I am so high on Frankisms right now. I am a fully fledged Frankaholic. The therapy session, I've opened the clinic and the rehab centre for a late night special, which we'll be doing regularly. Honestly, how can people not be excited by things that are happening right now?
Brian, I was looking at the list of fixtures for the upcoming campaign, and I said, and I went and looked back at last year's schedule and the results. And I asked myself, how many matches last season, say starting in November, did I genuinely, and even applying the Spurs discount of, we're going to lose.
Yep.
How many of those matches did I truly think we were going to get a result? And especially towards the last quarter of the season, I just woke up every morning saying, well, we're either going to lose or if we're lucky, we'll draw. I don't have that feeling anymore. I feel like we can go into every match this season with a great chance of not only getting a result, but winning. And that, my friend, is a completely different feeling.
It is. And before we talk about Frank's tactics as well, I've just got another super chat. Malware, you're a top man. Thank you. The best part of this depth is we now have a manager in Frank who is a tactical genius. And this is exactly where I was going, Malware. I've said it a few times. If you look at it, we go into this. Now, forget PSG. The first 3 Premier League games we have, Burnley at home. Frank is going to have to come up with a plan to play a low block team. And Scotty Parker last season got their defence purring. They were a machine at the back. They were incredible. Frank is going to have to find a way to combat that. We then go away to Manchester City, where he's going to play a high possession Manchester City team, and he's going to have to find the answers to that. Then we play Bournemouth, who obviously are a high press team. He's going to have to come up with different players, different ways of playing. And you know what? We go into this, and for the last season, we all knew 4-3-3, 4-3-3, inverted wing fullbacks. Apart from when he changed things in Europe and tweaked it for Man City, when he tweaked it a couple of times, not only do we not know what he's going to do, the opposition are not going to have a clue what's coming. There's genuine quality now. On that right wing, there was a major issue for creativity, for what sorted. We've got the guy who, in all of the top leagues, is second in successive dribbles to Yamal. We have now got the engine in Morgan Gibbs-White who can play 8, 10 across the park. I've said before, I think he's got the attributes to be a 6. He could be just, like you said, the tactical genius and tactical prowess and awareness of Frank, and to change it in games. The options are stacking up, aren't they? You just can't see what we're going to do, how we're going to play. And like I've shown before, with Brentford last season, let's see if I can get the image up again. Let me get the image up, which my dear friend Terry sent to me. I shared it today when I was on the Hotspur Hoods channel. Let me find the photo and then I will share it. All right, it's just loading up. Once it's loaded up, I will bring it up. Come on. Always takes time on my computer. There it is. Right, let me just share my screen very quickly, John, and we'll discuss this. This is obviously at little old Brentford, where he didn't have the best of players and he had to develop players. This was Thomas Frank in the Premier League last season. Brentford, XG per shot, first in the league. Shooting accuracy, guess what? First in the league. Conversion rate, you've got it, first in the league. Goals per shot, guess what, John? Do you see a pattern?
Yes.
The only thing we were bottom of the league was average shot distance. Big whoop. He doesn't like shooting from distance because now you add Mohamed Kudus. Now you add Morgan Gibbs-White, and there's still more to come. How exciting is this? And I've just seen my darling Ellie, big up to you, European champion. Daniel, my man, European champion. It is, I mean, John, just how can you not be excited?
Well, and we didn't even talk about Solanke and what this all means for hopefully unlocking him, because that was another frustration last summer or last season, right? Is he was dropping deep and not getting serviced. And, I'm assuming that's going to change drastically. The other thing, Brian, that I was thinking about listening to you talk is Frank also hopefully takes Vicario's feet out of the equation.
Yeah, Joe, what? I can't remember who it was. It was James Flower. James Flower, who is a major Vicario's number one fan. And what he said was right. When he's had the distribution, obviously we've wanted to pass it short and get it about, but Destiny or Spence and Porro or Gray, whatever, aside of Vance, there's no one to pass it to. His long passing needs work, but again, the goalkeeper coach we have just brought in, who left Liverpool in the summer, has been working with Alisson and other goalkeepers. The coach, well, let's just talk about the coaching people that have come on or come in, and the coaching team he has assembled. It's just levels above anything we've ever had, and I'm including Conte's coaching team, Jose's coaching team, Poch's all of them. If people have watched the video, and I'm sure you have, John, when they've broken down what the coaches are doing, this is just set up completely different, like I've never seen it before. What about yourself?
Well, I think one of the things that was, not to knock Ange, but we didn't see the player development under Ange that we expected. I think some players were even accused of regressing. Yep. And the thing that really stuck out for me watching the video of Frank's staff was that they have a coach who's dedicated to trying to help each player personally develop their strengths and move past their weaknesses. And that's, again, just something that I didn't think Levy would ever fund, or Ange didn't seem interested in last season. So that's a double win.
100%. I'll tell you what, we're not Danny Rosing. We're not Googling right now, are we?
Yeah, no.
There may have been for Takai. And yeah, honestly, I said it as well. Takai, fair play. Fair play. He's a 20-year-old kid that's come in. People were wanting Matoma, and no one knew who Matoma was before he joined Brighton. I don't even know where Matoma came from. I don't even know where Brighton signed him from. If it was from a Japanese league, if he was in Europe, Endo at Liverpool. When you saw the timing of that signing, everyone was going nuts. Typical Spurs signing, 5 million. It's for the shirt sales, whatever. There's method behind this. There's method behind this, and at 5 million, what matters if it goes right or wrong? What matters?
We've paid a lot more for a lot worse. So yeah, it's a rounding error.
The rude boy said, "Listen, I will," and I've said this before. A lot of people find me toxic, negative, and like to read and make stuff up about what I'm saying and why I'm saying it. I've always said I will be on Levy like flies on shit when I deem that it's necessary. Whether people agree with me, night and day, that's people's opinion. But I've always said if something happens good, I've got to give them credit for it. If I'm quick to give the criticism, you have to give the praise. And right now, whatever is going on at Tottenham has to be praised from top to bottom. But I mean, people in the chat, yes or no, just Y or N. Do you think that there is investment that has come into this football club? Because I cannot see this happening without it. I mean, John, where are you on it? Do you think investment has come in, or whether it be from Enoch and Vivian and the Lewis people and Charrington have said, right, we're pumping money in, or outside? I don't see how it can't be any, because we do not move like this.
No, I mean, Brian, I think there's, and this is not a take, this is just me thinking about it while I'm walking my dog, there's three possible influences here. One is Levy just is tired of losing and tired of getting tossed under the bus. And since he got rid of Ange, he had nowhere to turn because it was all going to come at him more so than it had. The second thought, Brian, is that the Lewis family, which owns the majority of the Enoch holding, the Lewis children may have said to Levy, this has got to stop. This is not the brand and the image and the club that we want to own and run and be associated with. So there may have been pressure from the Lewis family. I don't know. The third idea, Brian, is that there may be some, we'll just use Qatar as an example. I don't know anything more than anyone else does, but there may be some outside interest to ultimately step up and make that £6 billion purchase. But it may have been conditional on, hey, you got to get the value of this club up in terms of what's happening on the pitch. Great for the Grand Prix and the concerts and the NFL, but the real crown jewel here, pardon the pun, is the football. And maybe the groups that are interested in buying this club told Levy, we're not going to be the laughing stock of the business world by giving you $6 billion for a club that finished 17th.
Correct.
I don't know.
Correct. And this is, we all heard that the stadium was going to be the game changer. We all heard we needed Champions League football to attract the Champions League players, pay the Champions League wages. We heard that we need to have these, which I'm fine. I would love to have that stadium that's behind you, which is an architectural masterpiece. Always said it, and fair play to Levy for building it. I have always said, have as many concerts, NFL, whatever, apart from the day before match day and match day, as long as it goes back into the football club. Well, they've made, the money is coming somehow, somewhere. I don't know how. I don't know why. I don't know how this is all of a sudden kicked off, but bring it on.
Brian, it was funny because as recent as this week, I had read that there was, I think, a £300 million debt on the the remaining, obligations to pay transfers for the transfers. And all of a sudden, well, we just added 120 million more pounds to that bill.
Yep.
So either that 300 million was never really an issue, or there's got to be money coming in somewhere to cover that nut, because that's a big increase over what is reportedly already owed out the door.
Yeah, I mean, it is just happy days all round.
Yep.
I cannot wait, and I am genuinely excited with what's happening. I can't remember the last time I felt this positive. I can't remember this time I've been this happy. I can't honestly, just what a time to be a Tottenham Hotspur fan. And maybe seeing 225,000 people on a high road and seeing the euphoria, not just there, like you said, worldwide delirium has finally got through to Tottenham Hotspur and all around it. I still hope and I still believe there's a takeover imminent, whether it be minor or whatever. I don't think this has come from him. But right now, I'm going to praise him. I'm going to thank him for doing what he's doing. Doesn't mean I change my stance. I need to see this more regularly. But what a time to look forward to a season. And we've still got time to go. I mean, how many players do we see coming in, people? How many, realistically, I still think there's one big player coming in. There might be more, but I think there is still one big, oh my God, what is going on at Tottenham still to come. A dear friend of mine I haven't seen for ages. Simon, big up, brother. I hope you are good and well. I hope to see you at the Scotland Yard this season. I really, really do. And Rowan, if he's back. I think there's one more big player coming in. A lot of people are saying two. Where are you with it, John?
I mean, wishful thinking. That's a lot. As I just said 2 minutes ago, it's a lot of money out the door.
Yeah.
So I mean, if they can sell Richarlison, if they can sell Son, put a little bit of a dent with some outgoing sales, then maybe there's room for one more player. Is it a big name doorbuster like we just had today? Don't know.
Yep.
But Brian, I'm going to leave you on this because I want to let other people be able to jump in.
You can do that. You do that, buddy.
I think as we opened up saying that no matter where around the world you look or listen or read today and tomorrow and the ensuing days, there's a lot of joy, a lot of newfound joy in our Spurs supporter world. But I think a lot of that is because to all the great things you've been saying in this discussion, Brian, when you take a look around the club, whether it's Thomas Frank, his backroom staff, the new players, I mean, my God, the training grounds, the stadium, as you alluded to, there's so many things to be positive and excited and encouraged by. And it feels like these last 2 days and the appointment of Frank have been the glue that's pulling all of these great things together. And now we got to hold on to it and go forward.
I have to, John, you're right. And I have to say, everyone give John some love. It's his debut on here. You will be seeing him a lot more on Tottenham on Tour. I can promise you that, especially these late night shows. And I've just got Malware who's saying, as an American, big up to the guy on the right. You will be getting a lot of love in the comments shortly. So when you're watching this, if you're still watching this after you've gone, just watch the comments. It has been, honestly, John, an honour and a privilege that we finally got you on. You're going to be on a lot more, and we will speak very, very soon, John.
The honour's been all mine, Brian. Thank you. Great to see you again.
Always a pleasure, buddy, and we'll speak tomorrow on the phone.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
See you later, buddy. Right, guys, I'm going to put the chat. Everyone, please give John some love. Like I said, if people do watch, let me just get rid of this. I'm going to drop the link in very shortly. Don't know how long we'll be going on for, but if people want to come on and have their say, but I will say, let me just get John's, where is he? I'm going to put in the description. I'm going to put in the chat right now. if you want to speak to John Moore or watch him or follow him on Twitter, let me just put his Twitter handle in the chat right now. So if you are on Twitter, please go follow John. He is a top man, a dear friend of mine. Let me just get the link. Kudus, if you want to come on, buddy, you are more than welcome. Everyone giving John some love. But right, I'm putting the link in the chat right now. There is 97 of you. Please make sure you're liking. And if you haven't become a subscriber, subscribe to the channel. Things are going to be going very, very happy, and we're going to be giving a lot of coverage right now in a very, very, very happy days. The link is in the chat. If people want to come on, feel free to. I believe, Rich, big up to you, European champion. Big up, everyone. I hope there's almost 100 of you in here. I hope you guys on this side of the pond or wherever you are in the world where this time zone works for you, I hope you're going to be ready for lots of Tottenham on tour content coming your way at this time. Boy, I had to take, after the Europa League, I had to take some time out because the chats were vile. The way it was being, it was just absolutely off the scale, and I just couldn't deal with it. I lost my mojo, but boy, is my mojo back. Well and truly. And like I said, the link is in the chat. If people want to come on, it is right there. Feel free to come on and join. Have your say on things going, anything Tottenham, anything. Gary Offside, my good man. I hope you're good and well, European champion. It's just a wonderful, wonderful time. I can't explain my levels of happiness. It was up here with Frank. It's now gone up there with Morgan Gibbs-White. And then you had Kudus. And then whatever is coming. And I saw someone in the chat earlier, big up Sam. They are in meltdown. I saw someone saying the big sign that come in. Could you imagine if it was Rodrigo, who Arsenal were going mad for? If it was Gyökeres, who Arsenal were going mad for? If it was Eze, who Arsenal were going mad for? We've had the West Ham tears. We've now, it would just be incredible. Good to see you, Rude Boy Sound. Good to see. We'll get you on the channel one day as well. I have definitely got the player I wanted. And I'm going to bring someone in now. I'm going to bring in, he still hasn't changed the spelling of his name, which he needs to change immediately. All the way from Australia. I'm not going to call you Kudus anymore. You're Kudus. Big up, man. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm very, very well, Dagul. It's a very big honor to finally make my debut on this channel. First time talking face to face as well.
It is, buddy.
Yeah, we've been talking quite a while, and it's a big moment. But yeah, this is a big moment for Spurs as well because this is unprecedented. Never ever seen this before.
100%. I have to say, like you said, Kudus, very quickly. You being in Australia, obviously the time zone when we normally stream doesn't always fall in line with other people around the world. And we've realised this. And obviously there are a lot of people that subscribe to this channel or may subscribe to this channel that do live on this side of the pond or all the way where you are on the opposite side of the world. And people that would want to come on haven't had the opportunity. Well, now you're going to get it. And listen, we speak a lot over WhatsApp, and obviously a lot of it has been about the ownership and why aren't we acting like a big club. And boy, we are doing it now. I mean, we were going mad about Kudus at the beginning of the morning, weren't we?
Yeah.
And we've ended the day with Morgan Gibbs-White. Mate, I can look at this smile. Get ready to see a lot of people.
Yeah,
How are we feeling, Kudus?
Yeah, I was trying to get myself down last night because it was around 11 p.m. and I was like, "Oh my god, we're gonna sign Morgan Gibbs-White." And I thought, I was watching We Are Tottenham TV, and I thought I was being trolled or something because I had, all these updates coming in so quickly. I was like, no, but it's true. It's true. So I've sort of woken up now, and I've realized that this is actually happening, and it's starting to sink in. And I'm very excited for this season, and I don't think our business is going to stop there either. I think it's going to be at least one more forward and hopefully a centre mid, which looks likely to be happening. I mean, we already got Gibbs-White.
Say that again. Say that again.
Oh, we've already. I think we'll bring one more forward in. And, maybe centre back, another centre back, maybe another midfielder. I don't know. I don't know what Thomas Frank's plans are, but yeah, I'll be happy with that. Four solid signings, one kid for 5 million who's very promising. I can't complain. This is the best window I've ever seen.
Well, you look at it. When I was on We Are Tottenham with Ben and Sim asked when we were trying to work out the last time we paid a release fee. I can't remember who I said it was, but it wasn't the right person. The last one was Toby Alderweireld, and obviously that took time to get over the line and whatever. The way Spurs have moved in this, basically, first of all, Dan, big up, brother. I hope you're good. I hope you will have a good night. We'll speak tomorrow or today for you. For people back home, it's almost 3 o'clock in the morning. So whoever is back home, whether it's you can't sleep, you work nights, whatever, and you're still with us at 3 a.m., fair play to you. Much love to you, Dan, brother. I will say, Daniel, listen, I won't be buying a kit from the Spurs store just yet. I did say to Ben and Simeon, I said I'm not going into the stadium until I see things changing. Until I see positive reinforcements and players coming in of the caliber. And now we've got Thomas Frank. And now we've got Morgan. And now we've got Mohammed. And God knows who's coming in. I'm seriously, I still won't spend money. I'm very lucky that obviously Ben and Simeon will give me a ticket if they can or whatever. This is what I wanted to see. If it carries on like this, Daniel, I'm not quite there yet, not even with what we've done. But if the rest of the window carries on like this and money is pumped in, I have said when was it we signed no one? How many years ago was it we signed no one all season? 6 years?
Yeah, it's 2019, I think.
So let's say around 6 years. I said until I see money properly invested back in the club, then there's no money coming in from me. Well, money is being invested to the club. I'm getting ready to order. Told people the age gate number 16 Frank on the back of one shirt, and whatever number Morgan Gibbs-White is going to be, there will be another one on there. But like you said, Kudus, when have Spurs moved like this before?
Yeah, it's like I said, unprecedented, and it's almost like Levy is daring you to go back into that stadium now. I've seen all your videos praising Morgan Gibbs-White, praising Eze, even though we're not really getting Eze, we were linked to him. Who knows now? But he has definitely watched your videos, and he is willing you to go into that stadium, and I'm all for it, to be honest, because I don't know what this investment is. I don't know the logistics of it. I think it's a name. I've heard it's a naming rights thing or a sponsorship from Saudi or something. I don't care where the money's coming from personally. But
nope.
As long as it's a steady stream, and we keep acting like this. I can't say anything against Daniel Levy. I'm still Levy out, but
correct.
If he keeps doing this, he's going to shut me up. So, and he has. So
he shut up you out. And Joe, let's have this conversation. Big up, Sam. Right here, right now, people. There's over 100 of you in here now. When I speak, I said no matter who the manager was, and Frank, whether it been I can't remember the name of the Bournemouth guy, whether it been Glasnow, whether it been whoever it had been. I said that whoever come in, my standard and prediction for the season is get back into the top 8, get out of the Champions League group stages, go to win the FA Cup and Carabao Cup. What will be will be. If there's one cup we have to give away. Well, right now, my predictions for the league is changing. Where right now, as things stand, obviously we don't know the players going out or how this is going to end. where do you think, where's your prediction? And everyone in the chat, where is your prediction right now, as things stand, for Spurs to finish in the league?
I'm going to be conservative and still say top 6, top 4, because at the end of the day, people above us are moving.
Yep.
And I think top 4. Look, I could be wrong, and we can go on a title charge. We just don't know. We don't know, especially with Frank. It's not unprecedented that an unknown manager has come in and suddenly put us in a title race. I mean, look at Pochettino. But it's definitely more conservative to say top 6, top 4. And I think that's definitely where we will finish. I don't see us finishing lower than this. It's not if we're going to keep moving like this. Even if we get a few more, cheap signings, this squad is going to be, even without any signings, I still think would finish like 8th minimum. So yeah, only the sky's the limit if we keep acting like this. But
I've now changed my prediction to 6th.
Yeah.
Well, for the 2 signings, I'm not going to say top 4. I'm not going to say it. We have to remember we're coming from a place of 17th. But whatever it is, whatever it was, like you said, the other teams have been making moves. But Frank is getting his players. And if Frank can do what Frank does, and imagine what he's done at Brentford with developing players, and he's developed players from nothing, or like literally no one has known who they are. Well, think what he can do with a bunch of players that are extremely talented already. Let's see what people have got. We got 5th from Daniel. We've got top 8. That was where I was, Maverick. And it wouldn't have mattered who the manager was. Even if it was Ange, I would have said top 8. Curly's gone 7th. Spurs Nipawa. We've got Nipawa in the building. Big up, European champion. Everyone in here, all 99 of you, European champions. Ben has started something very infectious. And we're going to be saying it all year round. Mate, could you imagine if he did a Claudio Ranieri and led us to goddamn glory? We've got conservative 7th from John and aggressive 5th. Yeah, I can't see. I mean, let's put it this way. Nottingham Forest, who finished 7th, they've lost to Langer, and now they've lost what I've seen a Nottingham Forest fan say the heartbeat of their squad. I've seen other people mention the quarterback of their squad. So I think we're over them now. And there's still more to go. Kipper's gone 5th or 6th. Realistically, I want top 6th. Deep running the Champions League. Can it happen? Can it happen? Domestic cups. I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. I want the FA Cup. If someone has said to all of us Spurs fans in 1991, it will be 35 years and Spurs haven't been in a final, no one, whether you're a Spurs fan or not, they wouldn't believe you. It's just happy days, ain't it, Kudus?
Definitely. I'm buzzing. I don't really know what else to say. It's just, it's almost surreal. It feels like, I'm not going to take it that far, but it does feel like sort of similar to the feeling when we won the Europa League, just like shock and awe and what the hell is happening.
Yep.
Because
that's exactly.
Sorry.
It's exactly what John said before, buddy. What you just said. It's exactly that.
It's like, because not even big clubs like Man City do this often. Okay, sometimes they do it, but it's very sporadic, and especially with a big fee like 60 million, like straight up, this is not normal behavior. And when I said like I definitely see Levy moving differently this window, even before this happened with the Kudus deal, I was like 3 years, 55 million. That is not Levy-like to me. That already sent like alarm bells in my head saying, okay, something feels very different now. Because this would be dragged to the end of the window. This would be bargained to be over 5 years instead of 3 or something like that. So yeah, that was the early indications that something felt a bit different. But yeah.
I will say as well, I'm going to end the show here and now because I'm starting to get a bit tired. But it's been a great day. But what I will say is I saw someone tweet, someone put on one of the YouTube comments on one of the shows I was on, this is what it must feel like to be a Chelsea fan. We see Chelsea signing player after player after player, whether they're needed or not. I've just been like, oh my God, Chelsea is signing everyone. Oh my God, Chelsea. We are literally in a moment in time, which is just incredible. And Bobby K, my brother from Toronto, bedtime, quick hello and much love. Yeah, it's bedtime for me as well. All I can say, Bobby K, is within the next 2 weeks, Toronto Spurs membership is back open and ready to be collected. Our table, as you know, was the noisiest table in the yard, as always. Well, it's about to get loud in the Scotland Yard, and I can't wait. Kudus, I will say thank you very much for joining me and making your debut. Everyone in the chat, thank you for joining us, especially when we haven't promoted it or anything. There is going to be a lot of late night Tottenham on tour activity coming up. Thank you to you. Thank you to John. I'm not even going to say my normal exit because it's not. All I'm going to say is Thomas, Frank, Thomas, Frank, and hello. He's Morgan Gibbs-White. Come on, you Spurs. We are back at 9 a.m. Toronto time, 2 p.m. UK time for me and Ben on a dual stream. Everyone have a good night, a good morning, a good day. Come on, you Spurs.